Okay, in this one I want to talk about a lot of things, and I'm going to try to get them in within 15, 20 minutes. The first one we'll talk about is my website. If you guys go to my website, it's www.seniorsoftballbatreviews.com. And what I wanted to do with this website is give a lot of people information on nutrition, supplements that I believe in, workout routines, a couple of them that I actually got during the last 20 plus years that I have been working out, and that I actually think is helpful for softball. And then there's one that I developed myself back in I think it was 91, somewhere around there. And I found out that it actually adds distance onto the balls that you hit. You can hit them a lot harder through this routine that I developed. But that's going to be up on there. The one thing I wanted to do with my website is I don't receive money from the people who advertise on my website. The people who have advertisement on my website is people who I actually believe in. I think they have very good products. I think that there's a couple that I have that I think have very good customer service. Creatine, German creatine. I actually put that on there because it's actually cheap and it's good pure creatine. And I've always talked about this a lot too. Is I think the purest creatine is your German creatine. Just by a bunch of stuff that I've read. The one thing I want to do too is, guys, this is my opinion. When I talk about things, I'm no scientist. I'm no genius or anything. But I've hit a lot of bats in my life. And what I wanted to do when I started this, and I think I talked about this before, is I wanted there to be something else other than a bat sales guy out there talking about how he had the greatest bat out there and that he was selling it. And what I ran into when I first started playing senior ball was there was a lot of seniors believing this stuff, advertisement, and would go out there and buy this stuff. And then they would come up to me and say, "Man, this bat's a piece of shit. It's not what they said it was." And they were spending either on a fixed income or spending their hard-earned money on these bats with $220 average on a bat out there. And I just wanted to give them another perspective on, my opinion. I didn't think it was going to get as big as it's gotten already. I've got over 1 million views on a lot of my videos on YouTube. I've got over 900 videos on YouTube. And that's another thing too, guys. If you get on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and Facebook too, under David Velasquez, and under Senior Softball Bat Reviews. I'm on there too. I don't put up here's another thing I wanted to talk about is I don't put up a lot of bullshit. I mean, you could subscribe to me, and I'm probably going to post on there probably once a week, once every 2 weeks. When I have a review that's out, I'll put that up there on my Facebook page. I always put everything that I actually videotape up on my YouTube channel, so there's a mixture of us hitting. I actually videotape a lot of my hitting with seniors that I actually put on my YouTube channel, and they can go and look and see what's wrong with their swing and how they can fix their swing. And I'll do that for a lot of seniors that we hit balls with, and I'll put them up on YouTube. I do a lot of football on YouTube. My sons play football. My son's high school football team's up on there too. But I got a mixture. Mainly it's has a lot to do with softball and hitting. Maybe do a little bit of hunting too on there that I put on, but that's coming up in the next year. But I haven't been hunting in about 4 years now. But the one thing I do is, I want to put stuff on my YouTube, on my website, stuff that I really do believe in. I wanted to get something out there that a lot of seniors can look at and just give them, other than all the videos you see out there on YouTube, it's just a lot of guys trying to sell their product. I'm not trying to sell anything. And this is funny too, because and this is what before, and I'll go ahead and say this, is whenever I first started doing this, I had people sending me bats. But whenever I started giving them bad reviews on the bat that they would send me, because they thought in their mind they would send me a bat and I would put out a good review on it because I got the bat. Well, when I gave them my honest opinion, on what I thought about the bat kind of pissed them off. So I quit having people send me bats. I don't have a lot of people. And when I call people, when somebody has a new product that's out, if the product is not any good and they're just trying to pump it up, I'll actually get a hold of them and I'll want to buy it. But I want to get it out before people actually start buying this product, because a lot of people actually will get a hold of me and ask me if I've tested it. And I actually have to buy them whenever you guys buy them. And here's the reason why. Usually that's a red flag to me whenever I call up Joe Blow Bat Company and I say, hey, I heard you got a new senior bat out. I would like to purchase one. And they would put me off, you know, because what I do, they would put me off, and I wouldn't get it till everybody else got it, and that's a red flag. Now I've had a few, maybe a handful of people that I contacted, and they sent it to me within a couple of days. I pay for it, they send it within a couple of days. I usually get it before a lot of other people get it. Those bats tend to be a lot more trustworthy, or are a lot more honest with their reviews, because they want to get it to me, because I have I have a lot of people that watch my YouTube channels and have me on Facebook and on Senior Softball Bat Reviews on Facebook. So they want to get the word out, so they'll get it to me. So the red flag with me is if I try to get something and the guys put me off, no, but then again everybody else is getting them. That's kind of a red flag with me. So I've kind of got that reputation where I give a really good, honest review. I hit my bats for a long time before I put out the review, and it's my opinion. I talked to a bunch of seniors. Bill Blake hits with me. Steve Veroni hits with me. My wife hits with me, Tammy Turner. Glenda Washington, which is in the ASA Hall of Fame, plays senior ball. She hits with me. Zena Rossi is another girl that hits with me. So I get the girls and the guys, and they play 40s in women's senior ball. I got about 30 other senior players that actually I'll give bats to, and they'll test them for me, and they'll give me their honest opinion. And then I take all that after I've done an extensive review, and then I'll put my name on it, and then I'll put it out there. What I want to tell people is, when you do message me on Facebook, or do get a hold of me on Facebook and friend me on Facebook, I don't put out nothing other than softball. I put out my kids lifting weights, and that's the only thing I do. I don't put out any, so you're safe with me. I don't put out any kind of political agenda. I don't put out any who I'm voting for, in the next presidential race. I don't do any of that crap. And my views on that is my views alone. I don't put out any religious stuff because my views on that is my views alone. That's me. I'm not trying to push anything off on anybody when it comes to that. So, and I see a lot of guys out there that I do have on Facebook that will put out a bunch of crap. I don't do negative shit. This is another thing too. I know there's a lot of seniors out there that are just negative as shit. If you're negative on any one of my channels, I will delete you. And there's the reason I do that is because there's no room for that. I don't like people talking negative about each other, especially with softball. A lot of the kids do it, but there is seniors out there. And here's the deal, and this is pretty funny, because there's a couple of message boards out there that are actually very brutal. One of them is very brutal, is softballfan.com. And the guy, I've been on that board, and there's a lot of brutal people. Mainly it's the younger kids that are assholes. SSUSA has a message board, and all you guys, and I'm not going to call any names out, but all you guys that are on there and you're just assholes, or you just have your opinion and you're ripping on other people that has their opinion, and tell me what, I'm going to tell you what my visual of you are. The guy that's out there on SSUSA and you're ripping on people, when I'm sitting there reading that crap, for one, the first thought in my mind is you're an old guy, you're smoking drinking your coffee and you're smoking on a cigar, and you're sitting there in your underwear and you're in front of the computer and you just got to bitch and moan about something. It kind of reminds me of, if you guys ever seen Gran Torino with Clint Eastwood. You guys know what I'm talking about. Remember when he's on the porch and he's yelling all that on the kids to get off his yard? That's what reminds me of you, because you're just angry old man. When you're up there on that SSUSA message board and just ripping, and you know who you are, guys. You got something to say about everything. But that's my visual. That's my visual of you, yelling at kids, get off your damn yard, sitting there in your underwear, smoking a cigar, or you know, drinking your coffee. But there's just no place for that crap. I mean, I don't like people that talk bad about other people, especially when they don't do shit wrong. But mainly what I did this for is, just get the word out to a lot of seniors out there. It's grown pretty big lately. I talk to a lot of people when I go to these tournaments, and I enjoy talking to them. They have a lot of questions for me. And the bad part, and what gets me in trouble a lot of times, is I really do give my honest opinion, regardless of what they give me or regardless of what they have me test out. I do give my honest opinion, and it hurts a lot of people. I've always done this, ever since I was a teenager. You wanted to know what my opinion on something was, any kind of supplements or any kind of workout routine. I'd always give my honest opinion. So it actually transferred over into doing senior bats with me and Billy. Billy's kind of like the guy from in behind the scenes. He doesn't like to talk a lot unless you get him one-on-one, or because when he gets on a roll, Billy can talk for hours. He's especially when you get him and Mike together, them two guys, Mike Masenko, those two guys, and I this is what I wanted to do too, to kind of go into that, is I wanted to do a interview with those guys, maybe get them together or do them separately, because the stories that Billy has told me over 30 years are some of the funniest stories when he played for Steels. And then I talked to Mike in Atlanta for hours. We would talk about, and he's got some funny stories too, just talking about things. The questions that I'm going to actually put up here, I'm going to explain to you how I get those questions. A lot of people have asked me questions throughout when I first started doing this, and I've kept those questions with me, and I wanted to do a podcast where I answer those questions, because I know a lot. Instead of answering the same question over and over again, I figured I would do a podcast. That way I can everybody can get on here and listen to them, and I would post the question. I pulled questions off SSUSA that I think I have the answers to. I pulled questions off Softball Fan, and there's some wow. I cannot believe a lot of guys just keep on asking the same questions over and over again, and don't know really that much about bats. I was fortunate enough to hit balls with Bill Blake, and Billy is the bat guy from back in the 80s that I actually learned all of my bat knowledge from. And if you ever get Billy at a tournament, talk to him about bats. He's very, very smart about senior softball bats that's out there. I started in 2009, and when I turned 50. I'm 55 now. But every year there has been more and more bats hitting the market. Everybody talking about senior bats. The technology is getting better. They're introducing more carbon, different kind of carbon, different weaves, different loads. And I've always said this. I think bat making is a formula, and it's not just an easy formula. I think it's a one formula thing. You've got to get used to the swinging weight of the bat. I don't think, which I hear this a lot, that I wanted to talk about is a lot of people keep on saying that, I know I'm going to get some feedback on this, and I've talked to Billy about it too, and I think when people say, call me up, I'll sell you a bat, but it all depends on what your swing is. Well, a lot of people are taking that out of context, because I do believe that, but I don't believe what they're trying to do. I believe that there's a slow swing and there's a fast swing. That's it. I don't believe that they have different bats for different swings when it comes to anything else other than a slow swing and a fast swing. I think different bats perform different when it flex because if you have a slow swing and a fast swing. I just don't believe what they're trying to tell you about um, uh, a lot of these guys trying to sell you bats like they have 5 different kind of bats and 5 different kind of swings. I don't believe that. I think you have a slow swing and a fast swing. Now, put that on the side. If you have a fucked up swing, fix your swing. Don't go out and buy a bat because you have a fucked up swing. That's what I'm getting to. I think a lot of seniors that come up to me and talk to me are misinformed when they sit trying to tie a bat into their swing. And a lot of guys are talking like they have another bat. If you don't hit good, okay, I'm just going to give you a prime example. If you don't hit good with the Masenko bat or the Dudley, then I have another bat that ties in better with your swing. Well, this is my opinion. Why don't you just fix your swing? Get a hold of these guys that do these. Okay, let's say Ken Van Bogaert, which I think is one of the best out there. Actually, I think he is the top out there. And how to train people to swing, how to train people to hit the ball, how to train people to hit line drives. I think he is the guru. He is the Yoda out there that does this. And here's the reason why: because when I first started seeing his videos years ago, those were things that I was taught back in my teens. So everything that and I even talked to him about this too. Everything that he teaches, I believe in. Everything about his swing, foot placement, everything. I believe that he teaches the best out of every one of them. And I've seen some guys out there trying to teach shit that really don't know what the F they're talking about. But I think he is the guy because everything that I've learned through the years, he teaches. So, and it's helped me. So I just don't believe the thing where, I have this bat for you because you have this uppercut or because you hit the ball like this. I believe that to a point where it's fast and a slow swing. Handle flex. When you get to that, I believe that. I just don't believe there's 5 different bats for 5 different swings out there, guys. If your swing's fucked up, fix your damn swing. It'll make you a better player, make you a better high percentage player. So that's what I want to talk about on these podcasts that I get out there. I'll tell you what I wanted to get to in this one. I want to talk about stem cell too. That's going to be another one of my podcasts. I have some friends that they have this out right now, and I think it just came out at the beginning of this year, maybe the end of last year, where you actually had to go overseas to get any kind of stem cell, for your knees, for your back, for your hips, stuff like that. I am a firm believer in stem cell. I think it's great to add longevity, for us seniors playing. I would do it in a heartbeat if I had to do it. My wife is getting it done. Bill Blake has had it done. He loves it. There's a few other players out there. Now there's, you're going to have to see your doctor about this, but you might want to ask him about doing stem cell. Years ago, they used to have to go overseas to Europe and stuff to get it done, but now they beginning of the year, I think they had it in Houston, which is in Texas, and then now I think they do it here in San Antonio, where we go to our doctor, and he does it, which is Dr. Signs down here, which is a very good doctor. But I wanted to talk about that, and I've got a bunch of information about stem cell. I wanted to talk about the old ultras that came out years ago. Wanted to talk about that, and that'll be in one of my next podcasts coming up. But guys, let me explain something to you. And this is kind of funny how gullible people are, and it's not your fault. I mean, I put a video out, and it was a kind of funny video. You guys can go back up there and look at it. It's called the Jackslapp. And what I wanted to do is, I did it as a joke, because there's nothing, there's no quick, easy fix to anything. And I've learned this throughout the years of weightlifting. There's no quick, easy fix to anything. I did a video on a Jackslapp where I told people that I invented this wrap that goes around your wrist that make you put 50, 100 feet up on the ball, and I put it out there, and I got a lot of feedback on it that people were asking me, how do I purchase it? And it was done as a joke. I wanted to let people know that nothing beats hard work, guys, getting up off the couch. And we're seniors. I mean, I know we go out there and we try to do our best, but if you want to get better, you've got to get in the weight room. You got to do any kind of dumbbell work that's at your house. If you can't get into the weight room, uh, as long as you have any kind of I do a lot of my weightlifting in my house because over the years I've bought weights, and I didn't buy them brand new. I bought them either at garage sales or Craigslist. A lot of my stuff that I bought with my weights. A couple of next door neighbors were selling weight machines, and I would just pick them up for cheap. And my whole actually dining room is my weight room. And my first thing to a lot of seniors I talk to is you got to get on some kind of a workout routine to better yourself, even if it's lifting. If it's not lifting what I on my website, what I have a lot of my which is a speed routine. 40% of a lot of stuff I do, and I do it with speed to build explosive movements. I suggest a lot of you guys hit the weights, eat right. I see a lot of seniors out there that are eating garbage. I want to get into a lot of that in these podcasts. But guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe, which is under Senior Softball Bat Reviews. My Facebook page, David Velasquez. And then I have another Facebook page that you guys can like, and it's seniorsoftballbatreviews.com. Go to my website, www.seniorsoftballbatreviews.com, and I'm going to put up, try to put these out every couple of weeks. I know this one just now coming out, and it's been about a month or so, but I want to get these out every couple of weeks. We're actually training right now. I call training because if you guys listen to how I talk, I actually train for tournaments to get to a tournament. So me and Billy doing a lot of hitting now, doing a lot of lifting, and then before we're training right now to go to Vegas. So a week out of Vegas, 7 days out of Vegas, we'll stop doing our workout routine, and we'll do nothing but hit all the way up to about 4 days before we leave, and then hopefully we'll have a good tournament. If you guys see me in Vegas, come up and talk to me. I have no problem talking to a lot of the guys. If you ask out there, I do a lot of talking when I go to tournaments. A lot of people ask me questions. Thanks, guys.